Alright, how's everybody doing again today? Got another review video for you guys today. And today we'll be doing a review of the Acer C720 Chromebook. But real quick before we get started, I just want to talk about the included wall charger that comes with this guy. So, it's decent, but there's one issue with this wall charger, and that is when you plug it in, it doesn't really sit in there snug. It's very loose and has a tendency to fall out if you slightly move the Chromebook. But as you can see, other than that, the cable is quite long, and you should have more than enough cable to reach wherever you're trying to get to if you need to charge it real quickly. But I just wanted to cover that so you guys know when you pick this up. Alright, let's move that off to the side. Alright, now what everybody came here today to see: the Acer Chromebook C720. And first, let's talk about build quality. Now, the build quality on this device is not the best by any means. I mean, it's very light at 2.8 pounds, so you're not gonna have any problems carrying this guy around. But I don't know how well we're gonna catch it on camera, but if you open it, sorry guys, when you open it and you're doing stuff, you can hear it. It's like you can hear the motors going as you're doing stuff. Now, when I first got it, it was kind of it got on my nerves, because you can hear it. Like when I'm on the web and I'm browsing, you can just hear a slight little buzz, and then you can hear it stop. So at first I thought it was the hard drive, but this guy's supposed to have a solid state drive in it, and those guys don't make any noise whatsoever. And so it couldn't have been that. And then I figured that it must be the touchpad. So I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, it's not picking it up too well. But there's a slight noise to it when you're doing stuff. So in terms of that, the build quality department went down a little bit. Now, I did purchase a 1-year warranty with this guy, so if it ever does get annoying to the point where I can't stand it, I'll just send it back and they'll fix it or replace it. But other than that, the build quality on this is actually pretty good. The keys have a nice little tactile feedback. As you can hear, it's not mushy. And I like that. I don't like mushy keyboards because I like to feel a little click, so you know you click something. It although it's very portable, it's a very spacious keyboard here. Let me see if I can show you guys. So there's a lot of space in here, and that's awesome. So I kind of like that. And the trackpad is awesome. And there's also a lot of gestures, and you can see it's a nice size. So that was pretty cool. Now, moving right along, let's talk about the display in this guy. Not too good with Chromebook laptop displays, but I'm going to tell y'all what I know. So this is a 11.6 inch LCD display, and it's pretty good. I don't know the exact pixel density on this guy. Didn't look that up. And I was hard pressed to find information on this guy anyway, because the only information they give you on this is enough to sell you. They don't give you the hardcore facts on here. But in terms of display, it is pretty good. Colors tend to appear on this, depending on what you're doing, from what angle you're using. They can get a little washed out if you change the angle. See, like if I change the angle there, kind of blew out the image on the camera, and if it washes it out if I go back there. So you're gonna have to find a good viewing point here. And for the price of this guy, it's clear they had to make some sacrifices in that department, but we'll get to the price a little bit later. But it's a decent enough display. It does everything that you need it to. And I gotta say, I was not disappointed, because I was already used to hunting down the proper angle for display, because I owned the laptop for 2 years. Then I gave it to my brother, because the laptop was quite heavy, because I have back issues, and I wanted something a lot lighter. And I was always interested in these Chromebooks, but I was just wondering if it can handle everything that I do with a laptop on a daily basis. And we're gonna get into that a little later. But moving right along, the display is decent. So let's move to the next thing. Now, the hardware and software in this guy, you have a Intel Celeron processor. And it's a dual core processor, clocked at 1.4 gigahertz. And I believe there's 2 different types of processors that go into this guy. There is the U2950 dual core processor, and there's the Exynos 5 processor. And I have the first one here, and I must say, even though it's a dual core and it's clocked at 1.4 gigahertz, it runs fairly smoothly. Like, rarely do I have any hiccups when I'm trying to do any of my daily tasks, like browse the web or work on some documents, stuff like that. So that's pretty good. It has 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of onboard storage via SSD. And I believe with every purchase of these Chromebook guys here, you do get 100 gigs of free drive storage. But I tried to look into that yesterday, and I actually saw an offer for 1 terabyte of drive storage. So I took that offer, and it's free for 2 years. So that is pretty awesome, because with this guy you don't have a lot of space. So unless you want to go and purchase a external hard drive, you're gonna be mostly relying on the cloud. So that was pretty good. Now, in terms of software, you're running Chrome OS on this guy, and basically what that is everything's run through the web, and only a few things can run natively on the hardware here. And if you open up stuff, like let's open up Maps for example, it's gonna open in the web browser. So you gotta have internet connection to use this guy. Now that can be a positive or a negative, because sometimes you don't have internet connection everywhere. But there are a few standalone apps for you to get some light stuff done, like the Docs app, stuff like that, and offline Gmail. So, yeah. But other than that, you're pretty much relying on the Wi-Fi here, because there's no Ethernet ports in this guy either. So, but it's fairly smooth. Boot up times from completely off are 7 seconds. I believe that's what they advertise here. Yep, 7 seconds. And I must say, I was not disappointed. And from a standby position, it feels even faster. So that's awesome. We need to see more powerful PCs with these features. Even though I don't know if you can call this a full-fledged PC, but yeah. Now, in terms of glitches, stutters, and crashes, like I said, this device was fairly smooth, but in areas where Wi-Fi is not as good, it does get a little choppy. And I have pretty good Wi-Fi where I'm located, so, but it does tend to get a little choppy every now and then. But that's okay. Because, you know, on campus at school, didn't have any issues with this guy, so, but it is what it is. You're going to get some choppiness every now and then because Wi-Fi is not as reliable as Ethernet. So, yeah. Wasn't enough to make me uncomfortable, just enough for me to notice. Now, moving right along. The Wi-Fi in this guy is dual band, 802.11b, and N. And no AC, but dual band means you could take advantage of the two different Wi-Fi bands here. There's 2.4 gigahertz and there's 5 gigahertz. And if you want the speeds to be a little bit more reliable, I suggest that you try and clear off the channels or find a channel that's clear, so your speed and strength will be more reliable. And if you do have a device that takes advantage of the 5 gigahertz band, I would suggest that you use it, because that speed is just incredible here. So as a matter of fact, let's run a little speed test so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Alright. So, but the speed on this guy is incredible. But let's just run this real life test so you guys can see. I'm gonna start the test now. So there you go. As you can see, it's really good speeds here. And yeah. So it's really powerful stuff in there. AC would have been a little bit better, but for the price, I don't think anybody's gonna complain about this. So, Wi-Fi on this guy is pretty awesome. Now, moving right along, let's play a YouTube video real quickly, so I can show you guys that it does not buffer. Let's see here. Let's see, anything will work. Let's use this. Play a few seconds for you guys.
Google Nexus 9 reaches stores and T-Mobile takes the lead.
Alright, so as I've said, it loaded up almost instantly. No buffering or choppiness of any kind. And if you go down here, click on the little gear, you do see it loads up with the 480, but you can go all the way up to HD. So you can play back media on this guy in HD. And it loads no problems. Let's go ahead and play a few seconds for you guys so you guys can hear.
Microsoft schedules an event for January, and it seems to have everything to do with Windows 10. And you all better prepare to say goodbye to the Nexus 5. I'm Jaime Rivera, and there are high possibilities that as of next week we'll be recording in a new studio, hopefully a better one. This is Pocket Out Daily.
Alright, so there you go. Watching YouTube or any type of movies or media on this guy is going to be fairly awesome. and you're not gonna have any issues whatsoever there. Now, moving right along, let's talk about the speaker quality in this guy. And let me load up something else. Getting fairly a lot of tabs open because I was watching my shows before I decided to shoot this. So let's go ahead and open up music here. Thought I signed in already, but I guess not. Alrighty. So it's gonna load up my library here, and let's go ahead and play a little something. See what we got. Yeah, let's go ahead and play a few seconds of this. Actually, I think I already used that one in a previous video. Let's go ahead and play some of this. And let me go ahead and max the speakers out. So that was about half. Play it down on low. Does get fairly low. And let's fast forward so you guys can hear a little bit of the bass. And I'm gonna turn it back up. Alright, so as you can see, the speakers on this guy are really, really good. I mean, it's not as bassy as it could be, but it's very clear and crisp. So listening to music or watching movies is going to be really enjoyable. And I must say, it was really enjoyable for me. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Now, moving right along, you do have the one VGA camera there for video calls, and I must say it's really good quality. I did do 1 or 2 video calls on this device, so that was awesome. And I do believe it does support some Android apps, like I think you can use Skype on this and Uvu. So video calls wise, not gonna have any problems there. Now, moving right along, let's talk about the battery life on this guy. Now, I'm not gonna talk about the games and stuff because I'm pretty sure any game, well, I don't want to say any game, but I'm pretty sure you could find a nice little selection through the Google Play Store, and you're not gonna have any issues, even though the processor package and the hardware package in here is a little bit more lower spec, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have any issues with this guy. So let's move right along to the battery life. Now, y'all already know what battery usage scenarios I like to use. You can check them out in some of my other videos for a better description. But in terms of battery life, for light use, I am getting through the day. I get about 9 hours. Yeah. For moderate use, I'm getting about 7-ish. And for really heavy use, I'm getting about 6 to like 8 hours barely. And it's good, but the let me show y'all. The advertised time on this is 8.5 hours. Now, that might be a mixed usage thing, but I couldn't get eight and a half solid hours of heavy use. But that's what they advertise. So you advertise it, I'm gonna see if you can do it. So I was trying to push it to the max and really see if I can get 8.5 hours out of this guy. Now with light use, yes, because the standby time on this is awesome. So if you're gonna do something and then put it down and come back, you're still gonna have tons and tons of battery life, yes, left. But in terms of heavy use, no. Now, it did beat out my laptop, so that was pretty good. Cause I think with my regular laptop, I was getting anywhere from 4 hours or so. So I kind of always had to plug that in all the time, and my brother has to keep that plugged in. So it did beat that out. So in that respect, it's awesome. And you do have, I don't know, I talked about it here. Yeah. But you do have features. So if you want to do stuff like do Word documents and stuff, you can download extensions for that. Cause Docs is good, but it's not as good as some of the features that Word has. So I'm sorry to backtrack, guys, but I just wanted to make sure I cover that. So you can download Word document extension and have all of that, sign into your live account to get all those cloud features. Sorry, no more backtracking, I promise. I just wanted to cover that. So, in terms of battery life, it's good. I mean, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. But if you're trying to beast out heavy on this guy, you're going to be running back to the plug a few times. But, yeah. It was awesome, and yeah, I actually look forward to purchasing the Windows version of this guy, made through, I think it's HP. I'm not sure who exactly, but I'll look it up, and that one's about a few dollars more, but that's probably got the laptop experience that I'm used to. But yeah, I really did like this guy, and if you're the type of person or a student that can get away with doing some light stuff and you can adapt to using cloud services pretty well, you're gonna enjoy this too. So yeah, covered the battery life. Kinda got jumbled there. Sorry guys. Now, moving on to the most important part of this video is the price. The last and most important part of this video, the price. And I must say that, first of all, I purchased this for $150 from Amazon, and this was a Black Friday deal, so the links will be in the description. I think the prices went up back to $180, maybe $200, but the price dropped. I couldn't resist. I had to pick it up, and I gotta say, I was not disappointed because a lot of the stuff I do on a daily basis is through Google services. So this is a pretty good fit for me. I mean, you turn it on, you sign into your Google account, it sets up everything for you, boots in a matter of seconds. The battery life is decent for my type of use, but if you're a little bit lighter than me, if you use your device a little bit lighter than me, you're not going to have any problems. So, all in all, it's a pretty solid device, and the Intel processor is decent. I don't know if you guys know, but Intel, in terms of processing packages, is a beast. And the 100 gigs of drive support for 2 years, I'm not gonna say no to that. It's free, so I'm not gonna say no to that. As you guys know, free is always good. And since it's a cloud-based, I don't want to say cloud-based, since it's a web-based OS, and they handle all the security on the back end for you, you're not gonna have a lot of problems with viruses and stuff. So all in all, I would have to say that this was a really good purchase, and I might keep it around. Might try the other one. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, just so you guys know, before I get up out of here, there are two models of this guy. There's the C720, the standard version, and there's the C720p, which has the touchscreen. Now, the 720p is gonna run you, I think, $20 to $30 more. So if you wanna try the touchscreen experience, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm a regular guy. I don't really use that stuff, so I kept it standard. But yeah, I'm starting to ramble, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. If you enjoyed the video, please help your boy out and give me a thumbs up. That really helps. And please spread this video around to any of your friends, anybody interested in stuff like this. If you have any questions on things that I did not cover in the video, please leave it down in the comments. I do read all the comments, and I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. Now, if you enjoyed raw, uncut content like this, please subscribe. I have more videos coming out. Got a few more things sliding across the table. I think you guys might enjoy it. And, yeah. Have a nice day. Peace.